So for the sake of this video, I will be using a pencil. This is not an eyebrow pencil. This is actually a brown lip pencil, but since I don't have an eyebrow pencil at hand, this is what I will be using today. Same difference, same concept. Hey, it is what it is. I don't use eyebrow pencils, so that's why I don't have one. I'll brush my hairs in the direction I want them to go. And key point, you need to keep your eyebrows pretty clean. Rather you tweeze them, rather you go get them waxed, rather you thread them. Keep your eyebrows cleaned up. I personally take off the end of my eyebrow because I like to create a whole different shape. If you have nice eyebrows, I recommend leaving your eyebrows nice. Just get them nice and cleaned up and then follow the natural shape that you have. I didn't like the natural shape that I have, so that's why I changed it. So you just take your pencil. A pencil is the easiest thing to start with because you have the most control with the pencil. And a lot of times with a pencil, you could take your finger and wipe it off a little bit if you messed up. So when you're first learning, I recommend that you start in the arch area. This is a great point to start because it gives you a reference and it helps you not lose the shape. So you just start light strokes, as you can see in the arch. And the color of this pencil really doesn't matter because I'm gonna cover it up with the pomade later. So you would just create a line with your pencil. And once you create that back line, you would go just start moving forward gently to create the front line. People still doing fireworks, like that is so irritating. I'm gonna clean that up better later because I got that line a little too thick for my personal preference, but it's probably because this is not an eyebrow pencil and because I'm out of practice with pencils. And you'll do the same on the other side. So I'll start in my arch and I gently work my way back. And wing it out to about how far I want it later. And remember, if it's a little messy, you're gonna clean it up. So don't stress about it being super neat right now. And then I'll complete my front line like that. And so when you get to the top, I like to start about right here, about slightly in, maybe an eighth into your eyebrow line, and work your way back. And this gives you, especially if you want your eyebrow angled upward, it gives you a good starting point to get the proper angle. So you can round it towards the top of the arch and just pull it back to match the line that we created earlier. So as you can see, boom, boom. And just do the same thing on the other side. The reason why I like to go back and forth is because it lets me see where I'm going. If I do one complete eyebrow, that just gives me an extra challenge of having to do the same thing on the other side. Going back and forth, you could tweak it as you go along. Same thing, starting about an eighth into your eyebrow line, angling it up, because if you want a high arch. If you don't want a high arch, don't angle your pencil that high. And because I'm using this pencil today, they'll be on the little thicker side. And that's pretty even for now. So now that we have that step done, because I like pomade, I'm gonna go take my angled brush and dip right into my dip brow. And because this was not a brow pencil, I just had to show you the concept. I'm gonna go over the line that I just created with that pencil color with my pomade. So then you could do the same thing if you want to use the pomade, but you need the control of the pencil first. That's totally understandable. So just get your outline with your pencil and then go ahead and trace over your original outline with your pomade. And the longer you draw your eyebrows in, the easier this process will be. And we're going to have a lot of cleaning up to do over here because we got a little crazy on the end. And that happens. Like some days, I have no problem doing my eyebrows and they'll go on super perfect. And other days, I'll be like, what is going on? What direction am I going with these eyebrows? And just trace over what you originally did. Now, if you're a super beginner, then you might want to do your eyebrows first, just in case you mess up too badly and you want to start over. It'll be easier for you to do your eyebrows first and start over. That's just not my personal preference, but whatever you feel you need to do to be the most successful at your eyebrows, that's what I recommend for you to do. I am making a mess today. But I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. And I always start towards the back and work my way up, because where you put your brush first, the most product will be deposited. So I like my eyebrows to be faded in the front, so that's why I always start with my product in the back. And I just slowly, in fast motions, fill my eyebrow in, working my way to the front. See, that was extra pencil and it just easily wiped off. It didn't even leave any type of mark on my foundation. So that's why I recommend starting with a pencil. And when you get to the front, just kind of flick the residue of the product up, because you want to blend that out later. Unless you want a blunt eyebrow, I really don't care for a blunt eyebrow when people just kind of leave it like that. That bothers me, but that's my personal thing. So do what you feel is flattering on yourself. And to blend it, I just brush back with the spoolie in rapid motions. And the reason why I brush back is because I want my product to either stay where it's at or move slightly backwards. I don't want to push my product forward, because that will bring my eyebrows closer together, and that's not what I'm trying to accomplish. And that's fairly blended. It got a little light at the top of it for me, so I'm going to take that same brush without dipping into any more product, and I'm going to just dab a little more product on there. And this eyebrow got a little thick in the front from blending, but I'm going to clean that up with the concealer, and you'll see in a minute. So don't take your eyebrows, take them serious, but don't get all stressed out and bent out of shape because it didn't go right that day. There's plenty of days where I feel like it doesn't go right, and then I'll get to work and people's like, oh, I love your eyebrows. I don't know why. It was a bad eyebrow day. So, you see this eyebrow is a lot cleaner than this one. It happens. So instead of faking it and redoing the video, I'm going to roll with the punches, because this will probably happen when you're first learning. So, I just like to trace under my arch to get my baseline. And You see how I just cleaned that up? So that's not a big deal. And starting your arch just lets you know where you need to go with your product from there. And just pull that down a little bit before you blend it out with the brush. Same over here. Pull that down a little bit. Boom. Nice and clean. Who would have knew I ever messed it up? And then over here, same thing. And then you take that fluffy brush and blend this out. And cleaning up under my eyebrows also serves as the highlight for whatever eyeshadow look that I'm wearing that day, if any, because I don't like putting eyeshadow under my eyebrow for a highlight. It just makes it look, I don't know, I just am not into that look. Like, I don't even know what to call that look, but I'm just not into it. And there we have it. Eyebrows, pretty simple. So what you want to do is do your outline with a pencil, preferably an eyebrow pencil, because a lip pencil is more creamy and it moves around more. That's why the lines got so thick on me, as opposed to the eyebrow pencil will be more precise. Eyebrow pencil that I recommend, I'm pretty sure NYX has an eyebrow pencil that you could use. I used to use, when I did use eyebrow pencils, I used the Stud pencil by MAC or Spike by MAC. I tried to use the Anastasia, I think Brow Wiz, and I might not have got the right shade, because when I tried to use it, it just did not show up very well. Like, it was really, really light, like way too light on my skin complexion. So that didn't work for me, so I really can't speak for the Anastasia brow pencils. And because my hair, I like to go over my eyebrows with this eyebrow gel called Girl Boy by MAC, because my hair is blonde, so this is like a light brown color, and it just helps make my eyebrows blend a little bit better with this hair color without having to do too much extra. And so then I take the spoolie and just blend that product. And you see how it just made the front of my eyebrow lighter as opposed to this one. But some days I forget to do this, so that's why I like to blend my eyebrows, so I don't have these dark brown eyebrows, dark brown solid eyebrows to the front. Like, whose eyebrow is even like that naturally?